Alrighty, today we're going to be finding the volume of pyramids. And it's going to be slightly different than the previous videos where we found the volume of prisms and cylinders. We still have a formula, but it's going to be a little different. We're going to find the big B, the area of the base. We're going to find the big H, the height of the pyramid. But this time, we're going to divide it by 3. That's it. That's the only difference between finding the volume of a pyramid versus finding the volume of a prism or a cylinder. So the first thing we're going to do is see what our bases are. That big B stands for the area of the base. So let's identify what our base is first. And just for fun, that big H is the height of the pyramid. All right, so first example. Let's go ahead and shade in the base because that's a cool thing to do. All the cool kids are doing it. So I'll shade in my base and then I'll be like, okay, well, now I know that my base is a rectangle. Oops, that looks funny. So I know that my base is a rectangle. So I'll be like, okay, to find the area of a rectangle, I'll do the little base times the little height of that rectangle. So inside that rectangle, I'm only looking at the yellow shaded rectangle. The base and the height, which run perpendicular to each other, are 10 and 9. So the area of my rectangle is 90 square miles. So my big B is 90. And our big H represents the height of the prism, pyramid. And the height of our pyramid is perpendicular to the base of the pyramid. So our height is 9. So I've got a base of 90 square miles and a height of 9 miles. So to find the volume of a pyramid, I'm going to multiply the big B times the big H and divide by 3. Well, my big B is 90, my big H is 9, and I'm going to divide them by 3. And when I punch that into my handy dandy calculator, it gives me 90 times 9 is 810 divided by 3 is 270. I don't have a calculator. I used my brain. And the units, because we're talking about volume, is miles cubed. That is a very big pyramid. 270 cubic miles. Holy cow. So that's what we do, guys. We identify the base so we can find the area of the base. Woo! We identify the height so we can multiply the big B by the big H and then divide it by 3. All right, my dudes. So let's do the same thing on the next example. Let's identify our base. It's the one that's not the triangle in this case. So my base is again a rectangle. Oops. So to find the area of a rectangle, remember it's little b times little h. So only looking at your rectangle, I'll be like, okay, the base of this rectangle is 9, the height of this rectangle is 5. The area is 9 times 5. So the area of my base is 45 square miles. And then the height, easy to pick out, 8 miles. Oops, that's supposed to say miles. Well, just go with it. So to find the volume, take that big B times by the big H and divide by 3. So that's 45 times the big H, 8, and divide by 3. I don't have my calculator, so I'm trying to do it in my head, and I think it's 120. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. All right, guys, so that's how we do this. I've got some more fun examples coming up next, but you see the process. Find the area of the base and multiply it by the height. Then divide by 3. Next. All right, finally, something different, a triangle. So let's identify our base. It's a triangle. It's on the opposite side of the point. Maybe that'll help you identify your base. I guess there's a lot of points, though. Anyway, it's perpendicular to the height. There you go. That's a good way to identify your base. It's perpendicular to the height. Cool. So let's do it just exactly like we've been doing. This base is a triangle. And to find the area of a triangle, we use 1/2 little b times little h. All right. So just looking at this triangle, the base and the height have to run perpendicular to each other. So they have to form a right angle. So 8 and 6 can be the base and the height. It doesn't matter which one's which, just as long as you use the 8 and the 6. So that 10 is just there to distract you. All right, so half of 8 times 6 is 24. And that's square kilometers. So there's our big B. And then our big H is going to be the 9. That's the height of our pyramid. All right, so to find the volume of this pyramid, big B times big H divided by 3. Big B is 24. Big H is 9er. And 24 times 9 divided by 3. I think it's 72. I hope it's 72. And that would be kilometers cubed. Another huge pyramid. And last up, we got a pentagon. We got a pentagon. It's a pentagon. Pyramid. Pentagonal pyramid. Pentagon base. Only one of them. Triangular faces. Oh, yeah. So we do the same thing. No matter what what the shape is, what the pyramid is, we're doing the same thing. We're finding big B. This just happens to be a pentagon. And to find the area of a pentagon, we're going to have to use our formula 1/2 little a for apothem times big P, which meant perimeter. So this one's definitely a one that you have to remember some stuff on. So the little a was for the apothem. And the big P was for perimeter. And I'm talking about the apothem and the perimeter of this pentagon. All right. So if each side is 6, that's 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. That's 5 6s for the perimeter. So our perimeter should be 5 times 6, which is 30. And our apothem, or apothem, or however you say it, is the section that's perpendicular to a side, and that has a length of 4.1. So to find the area of this pentagon, I've got to do 1/2 of 4.1 times 30, which will be really fun because I don't have a calculator on me. So that's our big B, which I'll have to figure out. Okay, I'll have to go find a calculator. And then big H, what are you? You're 11. All right, so I'm going to go get a calculator real quick so I can figure out what my big B is. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, I found a calculator. And so did all this fun stuff, and the area of my base was 61.5 square kilometers. My big H was 11. So now I need to multiply big B times big H and divide by 3. So 61.5 times 11. and then divide by 3, and I get 225.5. 225.5 cubic kilometers. Woo! So these are some big pyramids. Put a lot of mummies in those. Have a wonderful day. I hope you learned something. Just to recap, we learned that the volume of a pyramid is big B, which means the area of the base, times big H, which is the height of that pyramid, and then divide by 3. And it all starts by finding the area of that base. The area of that base. Have a wonderful day. Make good choices. See you.